Hi everyone and welcome to the foster room. Today I'd like to talk a little about the cats who are now in the foster room. You see them every day in the live feeds, and even though you might have seen their rescue stories, it's quite hard to identify each of them. So let's start with the 4 kittens that I rescued in June. Here are 2 of them and here are the other 2. My sister found them when they were only 1 day old. When they arrived in my care, they were so tiny. They had a low body temperature and were full of fly eggs. I had to bathe them to remove all those fly eggs. They had 2 more brothers, but one wasn't alive when they were found and another lived for only 2 days. I also had some trouble with her as she didn't eat well for a few days. I had to feed her by the drop, and she also received antibiotics because she had an urinary tract infection. Because of these health problems that she had in her first days of life, she is smaller than her brothers, as this episode kept her a little behind. But anyway, she is fine now. I bottle fed them for 6 weeks, I think, by the clock, but all efforts were worth it. Look at them now. They are healthy and full of life, waiting to get adopted. The next cats who came in my care are Yara, who is right here, with her 7 kittens. A friend found Yara after a strong storm. She was staying under a tree with her 7 newborn kittens. My friend wanted to foster them for a longer period, but at 6 weeks old the kittens developed calicivirus and some of them pneumonia. So I took them in my care to make them the treatments that the vet gave us. Unfortunately, one of them was very ill. She had a very bad form of pneumonia and she didn't make it. I remember I made them so many treatments to help them to recover. But as you can see, 6 of them got over the disease and they turned into these beautiful kittens who are also very loving and playful and who are waiting to get adopted. We also have here in the foster room Samba, the kitten who was rescued from the sewer. I remember when he came to me, he was in such a bad condition. He had a low body temperature and he couldn't even keep his head up. It wasn't easy, but I managed to keep him alive, and now you can see what a healthy and beautiful kitten he became. Here is also the mama cat who was rescued with her 3 newborn kittens. Unfortunately, one of the kittens lived for only a few days and she has now only 2 kittens. As you can see, she is breastfeeding them now. The mama cat had a very bad form of pneumonia when she arrived in my care. She was panting a lot and she couldn't breathe normally. She had 3 weeks of intense treatments, and after these treatments she started to feel better. She also has problems with her mouth. She has stomatitis. As you can see, her kittens are healthy. The black one had otitis recently, but she was under treatment and she is feeling much better. So they are the cats who are now in the foster room. Soon the black and white kitten who was rescued with her eyes covered by an infection will be out of quarantine and will join the foster room. Also, the cat who was hit by a car and went through surgery and who is still hospitalized at the veterinary clinic will join the foster room soon.